What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we have another body armor test for you guys. So this is the level 3A bulletproof vest from a company called Safevest. Now, full disclosure, this was sent by Safevest. I did not have to pay for it, but they are not sponsoring today's video or telling me what to do. In fact, when I spoke to them, they said I could destroy it, shoot through it, blow it up, do whatever I want, which I appreciate because a lot of body armor companies would not be that transparent. The Safevest is a rather affordable bulletproof vest, and like other 3A body armor, it is lightweight, comfortable to wear, and can consistently stop up to a 44 Magnum. And this is actually one that I have never tried before, so I'm excited to see what it can do. And rather than just starting small and working our way up through different calibers like we normally would and everybody else does on YouTube, today we are gonna stick with one caliber and just light this thing up with a 12 gauge shotgun, which is a very good test for level 3A body armor. So this is the DP12, a double barrel 12 gauge pump action shotgun. And as you guys know, my most recent shotgun purchase. I have a ton of ammo for this thing. We're gonna start with the weakest, work our way up, and end the video with the most powerful shotgun slugs I have ever seen. This should be fun. And by the way, if you don't know how the DP12 works, there are two separate magazine tubes on the bottom. So you load each of them individually, and when you rack the pump, it loads both chambers at the same time, and then you get 2 trigger presses for every pump of the shotgun. Then you rack the pump and eject the spent shell casing. Pretty cool. All right, we have our Safevest on the rubber dummy, and we're gonna go ahead and start with some birdshot, but this is not your regular target load. It is Super XX Magnum number 6 shot, and you'll see when I shoot it that it is a very powerful birdshot. So. Definitely not a target load. So I am less than 10 yards away, and I don't know if you guys can see how big that spread pattern is. This entire vest got peppered with that bird shot. So kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and open it up and see if anything went through. And it did not. There's some over here where it just completely missed the body armor and went through the fabric, but where the actual armor is at, nothing went through. Let's go ahead and try some double-aught buckshot. This is 9 pellets going 1,300 feet per second. So it's basically like 9 millimeters hitting it all at once. And we're shooting 2 of them. And you can see where all those double-aught buckshot pellets went. Again, kind of a big spread. We have one way over here and one way up here, but the majority of them did hit right in the middle. Let's go ahead and check out the back. And we have our first tears on the fabric right there and right there, which is common with level 3A body armor because when bullets hit it, it flexes and obviously tears the fabric. But where the body armor's at, nothing came through. And I wanted to use the rubber dummy for as long as I could, but since we're getting tears on the fabric, I probably need to change the backstop so we can actually see if stuff goes through. All right, we've got our Safevest sitting on the table with a sandbag behind it, so that should show us the results a little bit better. Let's go ahead and try our first 12 gauge slug. This is called the Tornado, and it hits pretty hard. I'm gonna try to aim for the middle, right there towards the bottom. And you can see that big old entrance hole from the 12 gauge shotgun slug right there on the front. If we flip it up, look at the damage that it did to that sandbag. That kind of gives you an idea of how painful that would be, even if it stopped. And you can see that it did rip the fabric, but very clearly stopped that slug, and there is no exit hole. Hey guys, before we go any further, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor for today's video, North Tac Optics. You might have noticed that I did swap out the red dot on the DP12 here, and that is thanks to North Tac. And now Delta Team Tactical and North Tac have linked up to give you high quality, battle tested products for all your firearm needs. Whether you're upgrading or building, they've got you covered. Visit the link in the description box below to learn more and get an exclusive 10% off code. We'll go ahead and do one more on this side, then I'll probably flip it around and shoot the back. This is the 12 pellet 3-inch double-up buckshot, probably the most powerful buckshot I've ever shot. If you saw the How Messy is a Shotgun Blast video, this is the buckshot that I used in that. So it is very impressive. I put it too far to the right. Well, I usually can't hit the Texas Star if I tried, and that time I did it on accident. So either one pellet totally missed the vest, which is honestly what it sounded like, or maybe one snuck through the edge of the fabric somewhere, because if you look at it, you can see where most of those pellets hit over here towards the right. I was aiming on this side of the vest, but I didn't think we would have one totally miss. And if I flip it over, there are no exit holes where that buckshot hit. Actually, it didn't even tear the fabric, and you can see this thing is like as thick as a football now after stopping all those pellets. That one did put a little dent in our sandbag, but did not do nearly the damage that we got from the slug. Probably because the slug is in a small concentrated area and the buckshot is more spread out. All right, we flipped the vest around so we can start fresh. The last slug was probably still the most impressive result that we've had so far, and this is on a whole other level from that one. So this is a 495 grain steel head slug. This thing is solid steel, and in my experience has much better penetrating power than most shotgun slugs. Let's see what it does. Let's check it out together. I have not looked at the backside of this yet, so I don't know what happened. You can clearly see the entrance hole there, and it swelled up like it stopped it. So I'm hoping that it did. Take it off. It did. That is about as close as it gets to going all the way through without actually doing it. Look at the deformation on the backside of this thing. It's sticking out probably 2 inches at least, and that is what you call a big bulge right there. Obviously our sandbag has a pretty big hole in it as well, and you can see where that slug just smacked right into that thing. Well, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you probably already knew which slug I was gonna end the video with. If you haven't, here it is. We call them the spicy slug. I have other videos explaining in more detail what these are. They are commonly known as the exploder, the Hesh rounds. There's a bunch of different names for them, and they are by far the most powerful shotgun slug I've ever used. So I want to see if the Safevest can stop them. I think I have shot 3A body armor with these before, but I don't remember what the result was. So let's try it. It ejected the body armor from the plate carrier and landed on the ground. All that's on the table is just the vest. Well, I think that is a first on the channel. I don't believe I've ever seen a body armor panel get ejected from the plate carrier like that. So let's start with the entrance hole. Obviously, there it is, right in the middle. Take this thing off. By the way, I put a cinder block behind it because to get the desired result, it needs to have a hard backstop. But I can't tell. It looks like it might have went through. No, that is the tear in the fabric from the last slug that we shot. So that was not an exit hole. It looks like our spicy slug hit right there and did not go through. It also had a concrete backstop, so it wasn't able to flex as much as this one was. But wow, that was impressive. That is the slug right there. Oh my gosh. I have never been able to recover one of these before. And check that out. That is very heavy. I would say probably 90% of it at least, and it's still intact. Obviously it just destroyed the cinder block that was behind it, and here is the actual body armor. I believe this is probably the back. You can see all the burn marks up there on the top of it. If I flip it over, oh my gosh, dude. I have never seen anything like that. Look at the damage in there. I really hope that you guys can see it. I'm gonna raise the ISO a little bit and brighten it up. It absolutely demolished that thing, but it did not go through. On the back, you can see, once again, here is the last slug that we shot that, you know, had a really big bulge on the back, and our spicy slug was up here. So it looks like the entire thing just came apart before it was able to penetrate. And in case you were wondering, not only did it probably open the Velcro, it also ripped the seams of that plate carrier. So that is how the body armor was able to eject from the vest. And once again, there is our slug flattened out like a pancake. I gotta say, the energy dump on target has to be far above any of the other slugs that we've shot. But again, when it impacts like that, it kind of, you know, does what it does and probably doesn't penetrate as well as the steel slug did. But man, I would not want to get hit with that. All right, guys, there you have it. The Safevest definitely did all right. I did not expect it to stop that shotgun slug. I'm not gonna lie. And it stopped everything else that we threw at it as well. So if you're interested, definitely go check them out. I will try to put a link down in the description box below. I'm not sure if I can, but I'll look into it. And again, I think they advertise this as a more affordable bulletproof vest. I do believe it's made in China, full transparency, like a lot of body armor is. So do with that information what you want. But other than that, I'm impressed. It got shot probably 10 times with a 12 gauge shotgun, including the spicy slug, and it survived every one of them. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. As always, hit the like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.